What is up, y'all? What's up, Shivan, Austin, Omamok, Jeffrey? I don't know if I said that right. I'm just going to work on Project Planner AI today. I've got an hour or so to stream. So go and see what my tasks are. I was going to try to do a welcome email. Do I still have that? Yeah, right. Welcome email to users. What is this? Build a stronger network without the spreadsheet. Let's see what their welcome email looks like. Kind of looks like this. Do some code cleanup here. Have the same thing copied in every single file. Probably not the best. I wonder why we even have this. Like, it should be set on environment variables. But whatever. So for the welcome email, let's see if we can get this at least displaying. What do we need to have sent in the welcome email? We probably need like the project ID. Well, they don't have a project ID. Link. All right, let me just clear this out. I don't think we need props yet. This. Welcome to Project Planner AI. Thanks for signing up for Project Planner AI. I should capitalize that. Put some generic text for right now. All right, so I need a button. When they click the button, I need it to probably go to the base URL / projects. And then I think at some point we're working on an onboarding experience, so it should show like an onboarding workflow. I think it's projects. Let me go here. Projects. Yeah, so this will take you to the projects dashboard. That's probably where I want to go. Start. Create your first project. This hard coded. What's up, people on Twitch? What's up, developed by Ed? Come play some piano, Cody. We can collab. Oh, do you play piano? That's pretty cool if you do. Add delegation to particular teammate functionality. I would say if you have feedback, just go and add feedback directly in the application. The theme I'm using is called Bearded Theme Stained Blue. And the mechanical keyboard I'm using is a virtualized one, so when I type it plays a sound on my computer. It's called Black. I have a URL shortener. I'm currently storing each redirect data like where it came from. What's up, Donnie? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know about .NET. I'm guessing if it's still thriving, because I mean Microsoft is still doing well. I want to try to preview this welcome email. I'm not really sure how to preview these emails with React email. I think I could just make a page. Honestly, just go here and say like test. There's a better way to do this. A page.tsx, and then over here, export default function test page. Turn welcome email. Import this. Now, can I go to test? Why is it crashing? What is going on? Oh. Fix that. Import base email. Send email. Nah, I haven't touched Go after they made those couple videos. I moved on to actually trying to work my projects. Sometimes I get bored and I have to like go and learn new things, and I come back and actually trying to finish my stuff. Doing good. Finally getting comfortable with the project at my new job. Oh, congrats on the new job. Same old for me. Just working, trying to make YouTube videos, trying to work on side projects. Yeah, I'm working on a welcome email for Project Planner AI. Is server component supported in SST? I think they are, yeah. I mean, yes, they are. I shouldn't say I think they are. How do you do side projects on the weekends? Like, I'm not sure what your question is. If you can find 30 minutes a day to work on a side project, that's what you need to do. Magic Link sign in. Sure. There you go. Add it to our feedback list. Will you make this project a tutorial on YouTube? No, because this is like months of work. I'm not gonna. It'll be too hard to make a tutorial on this. Bro, why's this page just like frozen? Go. 3 errors. Hydration failed. Okay, that's fine. I just want to see how this thing looks like. So Project Planner AI, thanks for signing up for Project Planner AI. We know you'll find using our application useful for managing your projects and finally getting stuff done. Create your first project. Click on this. Should take you to localhost/projects. It does. Go ahead and add some more stuff here. What did they put here? Just to let you know, I've added some great new features recently. I think that'd be a good section to add in. So let's go here. Copy this whole section. I'm not sure why it's not adding padding to this. It seems like there's no padding on this. But if I sent the email, it might look fine. I'm guessing React email renders a little bit differently when you send out an email than what it does previewing in your browser. Anyway, we are happy to let you know we've added some of these new features to our system, our application, for to check out and give us feedback. And then I should have probably what other things do we get from React email? Sorry, I haven't really used React email before that much. So what do you get access to? You get sections. Guess I should go to the docs. Yeah, I'll fix that. It's taking us to /projects. How do I have it on the other one? I wonder if I just appended the wrong URL. Base URL /projects. Host name. I think just locally it's messed up. I think when I deploy this, it'll be fine. But I don't want to open my .env file because I have no idea what's in there. I'm too lazy to do it in another tab. I think just locally it's messed up. Got container, button, code block, code inline, column, row, header, image, link, markdown, pre section. Guessing I could just put a section. Row. Format with rows and columns. Whatever. Keep this simple. Some sections here. But this one will be BG. Gray. Do they have lists? An unordered list or something? I feel like I can just use whatever here. Here's an example. Can I look at the code? How do I look at the code here? Probably be the code button. All right, let's scroll through here. Figure out where they are doing this text. Tips, okay. So they're rendering out. It's just a UL, okay. Guess it's just basic HTML for lists. I'll go ahead and put that in. And then this will be, I don't need a map, too complicated. Look at that. Can I just use a div? Like, is there a reason why we have like sections and stuff? Class name, BG gray, 200, rounded. I'm gonna get rid of the gray on this. I'm gonna say padding of 12. 24 pixels, how about that? Yeah, for some reason padding is just not working when I preview in React. Probably because Tailwind is not like running over and understanding these files. Is that the right convex emails? Okay. Oh. Anyway, let's try this out. What are some features that we added to this recently? Let's see, I'll say ability to maintain a change log and show it in your applications. You can now track user feedback system. What's the other stuff we have? Events, feedback, change. Okay. I'm basically just putting some random features here so that people can read this and get some more context, I guess. Why does that look so messed up? I need to put this on the actual LI. So weird how the padding is not working. I don't even know what I need to put here. What are we using up on? We have 20 pixels. Whatever. I guess I'll check chat. What's going on? What's up, Fred Kiss? How's it going? I'm just working on a welcome email. So when people sign up for the project, they get like a nice invitating email. You work on multiple projects simultaneously, or only one at a time until it's fully complete. I can't seem to stop bouncing. Now I bounce around between project and project. I try to stay focused on one, but then like I'll spread out and experiment with different things on different projects. And then once I learn something new on that like third project, I'll bring it back to my main project and kind of cross-pollinate the ideas, I guess. I think Spam TV is kind of saying the same thing. I wouldn't say I'm not sponsored by Convex. I have made sponsored videos for Convex and I use Convex on this project, but I'm not sponsored by them. Do you believe it's worth the extra price for when and if having paying users than writing your own backend? Honestly, I just don't care. I just need to be able to move fast and build projects. I don't have much spare time to work on side projects. And that's why I use Convex, because I do think it helps me move faster versus me having to do all this extra stuff with like Postgres and events and stuff. Yeah, you can't join my team. This isn't a team effort. Just me and Host now working on this. But if you're looking to join a project, you can join my Discord, and then you can find there's like a snowball game that I'm letting someone else kind of take ownership of. So if you want to like work on a game with somebody, I'm sure you could find a community project there on my Discord. Anyway. Yeah, let's go over here. If you ever need anything, feel free to email myself. I think having a link to the support page would be nice. feel free to reach out to support@projectplannerai.com if you have any questions or want to or have issues with your account. How about that? Come on, Paige, you can refresh. I believe in you. I think there's a different support. If I go over here to invite, yeah, there's a mail to. Let's just go ahead and use the mail to. Put that in there. Should be good. Why is it? Oh, the text is white. Text white. Like the font styles change all this. Hold on. Font to medium. Do I have to style all this stuff individually? That's good enough, right? Iterative development. We'll come back and add more stuff if we need to. So I should be able to send this out when someone creates an account. And so I got to find out where I'm doing that in the code base. That's a convex API here. Should be a webhook for when someone creates an account. Clerk, user created, run a mutation, create user. Okay, so let's go to users. Oops. Now what I want to do is send out an email after we've set up everything. So we've created their user. If this is set up, we track the send out email. This is what we need to do. So where do we send out emails? I think we have like invites. This is one of those things where I need to refactor all this code, and we just keep adding to it, and I haven't taken the time to refactor stuff, so now it's getting kind of unwieldy. Because I would expect I'd have some type of thing here that sends out the emails. I guess let's just see where feedback email. What is feedback? Oh, this is not used. Hold on. Okay, we have send invite. I copy this whole file and I'll rename this to emails. Then I might refactor later to like move everything into a single emails directory. So this would be called send welcome email. And I need the email address of the user. That'll be a required argument. And then what is all this stuff doing? Mutation, rate limit. Tokens, don't need that. Preview text. Honestly, I don't know why there's a preview text here. that. Save that, and then here, subject, just be this. React needs to be welcome email, and that needs to take in nothing. There's an error, throw an error. Return email sent, okay, whatever. Needs to be an internal action. In this, basically I could say await context scheduler dot run after 0 internal emails dot, what is it called? And welcome email. I need to pass in the email account. Email. Should work, I think. Make sure I didn't break everything. So what we changed here is we have a internal action that sends out an email using that welcome email template. I refactored the base URL here a little bit, where find users. When someone actually creates an account in Clerk, that'll send out an email. Did some refactoring with the base URL there, some more refactoring. I moved it to a single file so I can track it better. Here's the welcome email. Here's a test page that I don't want to commit. I think we're good. So I will say commit this. I'll say adding a welcome email for new. All right, that should be kicking off now. Give that a second. Make sure it all deploys. Font medium is wrong. It's font base. Yeah, where are we using font medium? Everywhere. Yikes. That's not like a custom font that we added, right? Let me just double check Tailwind. Technically, adding font medium won't do anything. It'll use font base. So it's like, why do we even specify it on everything? But just YOLO this and hope it didn't break everything. 199 occurrences. Do it. Yeah, the keyboard sounds I'm using an app called Clack. I made a video on it. Putting e-commerce site using Next.js Prism and Next. what UI library I'm using? I'm using Shadcyan. How do you decide how to break the code into what files? Honestly, I just put stuff in files. I think determining what files you have and how they're split up is like it's like the least important thing to think about. As long as you can find the code you're looking for, you're good. And then I usually, at some point, I will group them based on like business domain or like functionality. So for example, I made a file called emails because I want to quickly find all the emails I'm sending out. I can just go to an emails file. So I would say name stuff for optimizing your fuzzy searching. You load up a project that has thousands and thousands of files and you want to find, I don't know, a feedback sheet. Name stuff so you can find it very easy with fuzzy searching. Right here, I had the feedback sheet. And then probably don't put too much stuff in one file. It's another good suggestion. Yeah. Why not set up one singleton resend client in your app and reuse this? Yeah, we could do some refactoring there as well. I think I have like a util. Where's emails again? So technically, I could just export this, and then anywhere else that I'm setting this up, I don't need to set it up so many different places. I'm doing it 3 different places, not the best. So instead, just set it up here and export it, right? Now I do want to move send invite out of this file. I might just do this. Let's just do some refactoring today. Send invite, and then I'll call it email. Computer's lagging up a little bit. Do we even use reminder? Oh yeah, this is the thing I implemented. Convex emails reminder. Why is this here? I don't need this. I'm gonna move this out of this file. Send invite doesn't need to be in its own file anymore. Get rid of that. I think I refactored too much at once. I should have committed when I did that renaming from text medium. Okay, I did too much. I'm gonna not stage the email stuff just yet. I think this is all the text base change. So changing text medium to text. Have fun with those merge conflicts. Whoever pulls my code. What am I doing right now? I'm just trying to figure out if I maybe broke something with changing files around. There's really only 3 emails in our system. There's reminder emails, which get sent out every 7 days. There are welcome emails that we just added. And then there's invitation emails. Now for sending these, they were kind of spread out into different functions, which made it kind of confusing. But now I've consolidated those all to a single emails.tsx file. And welcome email is here. And that's still being used properly here. Okay. We got send invite email. Okay, that's correct. And then we got send reminder email. That is not being called anywhere. Why is that not being called? Reminder email, reminders. Okay, so here is the issue. I moved that. So I need to make sure I call the right function there. Okay, now Typescript is happy. You know, I probably could have gone to my problems tab and it probably would have told me like what's broken. Okay, let's just do some ESLint cleanup here. I think this is good. Just ship it. Refactoring all emails into a emails.tsx file to make this easier to maintain, whatever. Love your UI design, Cody. Yeah, most of the UI stuff was Hostna, so like I can't really take too much credit for that. I'm more of the work on the back end, add the functionality, add some really basic UI prototype, and then she comes along and just like makes it look good. What's the difference between Convex and a custom backend? Convex has real-time data, so like basically you update your data models in the backend, and then your UI automatically gets events when those change and just refreshes with WebSockets. Convex also has a file storage, which I think they're just wrapping S3 behind the scenes, but just a nice interface to store files and retrieve files. They got built-in cron jobs, so if you need a function, they'll fire at every interval. Like for example, the scheduled reminder emails that fire off every 7 days for users' projects who they haven't actually worked on the project. That's just a cron job that runs every morning. And I just have to come in here and like, I define a cron job in my code. And as you can see here, send reminder email runs at 1 p.m. UTC, which I think is 9 a.m. Eastern. What is the VS Code theme? It is bearded theme stained blue. Yeah, the app is called Clack. If you guys are interested in this, it's a Mac OS thing. There's also one for like Unix and Windows, I believe. I don't know the names of them. But the one I'm using for Mac is called Clack for doing the keyboard sounds. Where am I deploying the application? It's just being deployed to Railway. It's just a VPS. Works pretty well for the most part. And then in front of it, I put Cloudflare for DDoS protection, and I have a Cloudflare tunnel so that no one can actually access this VPS instance. They have to go through Cloudflare. That's how I'm kind of protecting that. I'm about to get a first-time watch. Hey, Tina. Everyone say hello to my beautiful wife, Tina, in the chat. Shout out to Tina. How did you set up the cron jobs? Yeah, so I'm using Convex like I mentioned. And if you go to convex/cron, this is how you set up the cron jobs. You make a function call like this, crons.daily. You tell it what hour of the day it needs to fire, and then you give it a function. And then every day it fires. That's simple. I haven't tried Graphite before. Do you? Let's see. Welcome to the stream. Is cron job work based on regional time? No, well, it's a UTC, so you can specify. No, it's not regional. It's specified by whatever you want your project to send out. So if I say 9 a.m. Eastern, that's across the board. So some people will get emails at like, I don't know, random times. That's a good point. Maybe I should think about making that configurable so you can say, when do you want to get those reminder emails? Do you want it in the morning, afternoon? And then delete this. Sometimes Next.js, like, why is this tab just frozen? So going down to the project settings, one thing I added was a project time zone, which you can't even see because my monitor's not fully shared. Down here, project time zone, you can come in here, you can change the time zone of your project. I mainly added this for logs, or not logs, events, because the events were getting stored, I think UTC ISO time, and so like they would be off. So now depending on what you set your project time zone, that could be used to change when cron jobs are run potentially, and also like when events come in. Let's see, go back to here. And I think the welcome email should be working. I need to test that out. It should be deployed by now. Adding welcome emails, yeah. So if I were to log in on a new account, let me just sign out here. That might be a bug. When I signed out, it didn't redirect me to the home page. Signing out from the work items page did not redirect me. Unless my computer is just having some technical difficulties right now. Well, gotta fix that too, I guess. Just do another one. I'll do Coderacer. So brand new account. I should get an email sent out to Coderacer. Let me log in the Coderacer real quick. You know, I already made an account with Coderacer. That's why it says Coderacer here. So I gotta use a different one. Or actually, if anyone wants to just create an account, let me know if you get an email. That would be so much easier. Create an account for me if you want. No pressure, but you guys should do it. Create an account here. If you get a welcome email and it looks good, let me know. If it looks bad, let me know. Just do a different Google account I have. Let's see. I don't think I've logged in here before. Okay, I got an email. Thanks for signing up for Project Planner AI. We know you'll find using our application useful for managing your projects and finally getting stuff done. Create your first project. If I click it, awesome. We are happy to let you know we've, oh gosh, typo. We've added some of these new features to our application. Be sure to check them out and give us some feedback. And then we have this little box here. I should probably add a little bit of padding to it. Why is the padding not being applied to the top of this? Margin top looks a little bit too much. I'm going to make that 16. This 16. Feel free to reach. Reach out supposed to be one word. Us and email. How about that? If you have any questions or issues with your account, thanks the Project Planner AI team. Okay, I think that's a good start. I'm going to go ahead and just commit this change. Go ahead and say like fixing some typos on the email. Now I need to log out back in my real account. Okay. Yeah, I'm using Clerk for auth on this project. Is there dynamic schedule with the convex? For example, DB entry that has a specific date and time, only one time maybe. What does that mean? What do I use for sending transactional emails? We are using resend. What's up, Aqua Dryzor? Oh, I see what you mean. Like you're talking about with crons, right? I mean, you can. Yeah, I don't know if you can do one-off crons. You can, there's a scheduler. And so I guess I could show that because that's actually, I think, what you want is spam TV. So for example, where I send off the emails when someone signs up. So like if I go to users, actually, what was it called? It's like, okay, here. So there's a scheduler built in to Convex. And so I can actually say, I want to run some type of function at a certain time period. I think this takes a epoch. Takes a number or a date. So you can pass it a date and have it run a function at that particular time. As like a one-off thing. And so like if you, I don't know what a good use case is for this. Like maybe there's, for some reason, after they sign up, you want to wait a full hour and then do one thing. You could do that with the scheduler. And that gets like added to some type of system behind the scenes and gets picked up and sent off at that time. But yeah, in terms of like when they can configure when the emails run out, I'd have to look more into that. I'm not really sure. One approach is just have the cron job run every hour and then allow the user to configure at what hour will it send out the emails. And then you could just go through and check like, hey, the time for their stuff that gets sent out. How does Convex handle the table joins? You just do it in JavaScript. So like you'll fetch all the users and then in the JavaScript code, you do a dot map and then you can fetch more things. They also have a new library called ints, which makes joining and doing like relational data a little bit easier. But as an example, if I go to plans query, you'll see over here, I first query to get the plan, and then I just do a bunch of additional joins that kind of do more queries. And behind the scenes, this is all going to run on like the server that's running the Convex database, so it's super fast to do all these. Like it's not doing a separate API request per join. This is basically taking all of the code you've written, creating a giant change set, like one instruction set, that gets ran in your database and sent back. And your JavaScript code can like mess with that. Yeah, with Supabase, I believe every query is like its own HTTP request. So doing a join, you have to make sure you do it with like the Supabase join syntax, if that's even possible. Convex uses its own database, and it uses, I think, MySQL for its redundancy and persistence. Sorry, I'll probably stop talking as much about Convex. I mean, they don't really sponsor my channel, so I don't want to give them too much free press, but I do like their service. I will say that. Oh, yeah. I'll do the French toast. Sorry, I just saw this. My wife's asking what I want to eat. We're going to get some food. I want French toast, though. Still, oh, gosh. Still have a typo, huh? Still type unweaved, so this needs to be emails dot welcome. We have. No, screw this. We have. I'm just going to put it as that. I can't typo that. We are happy to let you know we've added some new features to our application. Be sure to check them out. Give us some feedback. Okay, that's probably better. Fixing more typos. I already have 122 node dependencies and at least 20 more. Yeah, I mean, as your project gets larger, I mean, like, you can't really escape all the dependencies that... Like, look how many we have. For this small little side project, we have, like, all this stuff. But I think it's fine. As long as you're bundling and doing tree shaking and stuff, it's fine. In my opinion. How come there are 2 striped cookies when you are logged in? I have to look into that. I'm not sure. How would you generally convex? How would you say generally convex is worth using over? I don't know. I have a video on that. I've tried using Supabase. I think they're cool for like a Postgres database host, but I would not use their like have your UI communicate directly to the database feature that they have. The real-time capabilities also felt like it was like a lot more work compared to Convex. Like Convex is super easy to get data just real-time update. Like just to show you, if I go to my events page, and if I go to, there's a lot of shifting going on around our application. We really need to like, landing page. So here's an example. Right now, 261. If you guys just load up projectplannerai.com and just like refresh the homepage a couple times, you'll see that these events are all just real time. Like I get WebSocket events when the data that's changed behind the scenes is updated, and Convex knows what queries you're listening for because of the instruction set I talked about in the database. It like knows what keys you're listening for, and when those keys mutate, it knows to send you off an event to any query that's listening for those keys. So like this is just automatically getting updated. I didn't have to write any WebSocket logic. I didn't have to write any like custom send event, dispatch event when stuff updates. It just does it for me because the database is smart enough to know that you're listening for records XYZ and they just got updated. So what else should we do? Use ChatGPT for formal mail communication for this. You mean like making what the emails look like? I try to avoid using AI to generate like content. Like it's okay to generate code, but to generate like the marketing content and the email content, you want it to be more personable, and people can kind of tell when AI wrote something for the most part, unless you can like find a really good LLM that trains really well for like natural sounding wording. What else should I work on? I got one thing done. Let me go and see the port. Is that a bug? What's today's date? Today is the 28th. Okay. So one thing done for this week. Yeah, this is another page we have just to kind of track how much you're working on stuff over every week. We just kind of take your completed work items and put them in a list. I'm not sure how this will work with bigger teams. I was working pretty good on a small team. I think there's one thing I need to figure out. I think when I create a work item, if you create a work item and it's already done, it doesn't seem to add it to your completed report. So I think let's go to work items, mutations, create work item by user. So over here, I believe we're status. I think what I need to do actually is I'm going to say completed on if the status is equal to done, then I will just go ahead and put right now and then completed by, again, if the status is done, we'll do that. Let's test this locally. So right now, if I go to roadmap, nothing. If I go to work items, I'm gonna make a new one. Fixed issue with completed work items. Here, make it done. It's done now. Click create. That should mark it as completed. I go to my reports. Fix issue with done work items. Okay, that's fixed. And I think I've already changed this back. There we go. Nice, quick little bug fix. Marking, or I'm gonna say fixing issue where new work items that were created in a done status were not showing up in the reports. Because there's some instances where like you do a small little task and you fix something in the system, you want to come back and track that. And so like I've gone through here and created a done work item, but then like I don't get that on the reports page. So it's almost like I didn't do that work. So yeah, let's just go ahead and add that in. But I think technically the assignee, you know what, that's, I didn't do that correctly. Hold on. What happens if you don't think when you start coding? Is assigned and done. I think I actually want to do this. If this thing has been assigned to somebody and its status of done, that's when I need to actually track who finished it. So because if I were to add this to somebody else, or if I don't even assign it to anybody, I can't say it was completed by anybody. But I do want to, hold on, I do want to do this art stack. If it's assigned to somebody and the status is done, then we need to track who completed it, which would be the assignee of who this thing's assigned to. So let's do that. But if it's not assigned to anybody, if it's unassigned, or if it's assigned to somebody, you don't care. You just need to know that if the status was set as done when this item is created, set a date. And since this isn't used anywhere else, I'm actually just going to do this. Okay, maybe not. That's harder to read. I think that's good. Last fix wasn't. Last fix had bugs. Refactoring, done status. Again, whatever. Yeah, I think using an AI grammar checker would at least be nice. What's the future looking like for this project? What's soon to come and long-term goals? Honestly, just get more feedback from real users. Right now, I feel like it's just like we're building it for ourselves so that we can track our own side projects. And I think the more users we get signed up and at least giving us some feedback, the more useful it can be. I think some of the problems that we're trying to solve is like when you start up a SaaS product or just any type of project, there's like 1,000 different dashboards you end up having to use. Like you end up installing PostHog for analytics, and their PostHog dashboard just overwhelmingly with too many like charts and graphs. And then your project's more than likely going to need a blog. It's more than likely going to need a roadmap. You're more than likely going to need a change log. You're going to have to track finances. How much money have you made this month versus the other month? And so instead of like having to go and dive into all these different dashboards, we're trying to consolidate it all into one. But then additionally, just tracking work. Like I think we use ZenHub at work and GitHub Actions, and like the experience there just sucks. It's just too complicated. There's just too many tabs, too many things. And for side projects and small teams, I think just like keeping it as simple as possible and not allowing people to create like 1,000 different labels and tags and all this stuff. Just keep it simple. Keep it a Kanban or a list if you want to. That was weird. There's some bugs we had to fix through this UI. Some weird stuff going on. But then additionally, we're trying to like hook in the work items and just like try to figure out ways we can add AI to make all this stuff easier. So for example, when I finish a work item, like okay, here's another thing. We should order the order done column by completed on. When a work item is completed, it should be sent. It should be ordered to the top of the done column. I think we also need to prioritize these things. But the idea was I wanted to find that welcome email one. Why does it do that? That did not used to do that. I felt like the whole page refreshed when I typed. Like, I'm not sure what caused that. That did not used to do that. Anyway, one of the features that I added is you can come here, and once you've completed a work item, you can go ahead and just click on this add the changelog button. That takes your description and it generates a changelog for you. And so at some point that changelog entry will be added. You can go over here. That's automatically added to your changelog. People can start viewing it. You can come in here and like modify if you want to. We just launched a new feature that sends a warm welcome, although it should not have this. Let's see. This is similar to the courteous welcome emails sent out on other popular platforms. Good man, lies. I don't know. And then you can preview this, right? So if we go here, this is what the changelog looks like. And also, if I go to the home page, go to the changelog, that's all hooked up, right? So this is actually loading the information from our project and displaying it there. And so if you have your project yourself, for example, here's another project that I have. This changelog at the top is linked into my Project Planner AI account. And so I can go in here and I can add in changelog or add in roadmap stuff. So we're just trying to find things that like you're going to need when you start up a project and just make it easier to hit the ground running. And then later on, if you need to upgrade to better services like PostHog or some other, like, I don't know. There's like other services that provide feedback. Probably don't want to go there. Let's see. Yeah, so again, the idea is like when you start saying words like Scrum and Agile, I don't think our project is meant for that type of over engineering in project management. No offense. If you guys need like that type of functionality, then I would just say use ZenHub or use Jira. This is mainly for like, I think our target user is like a developer who has a side project. That's it. And so we have to keep it simplistic and not overwhelm them with like all these different roles and stuff, if that makes sense. Yeah, and I don't think anyone does Scrum the same way. It's funny how we all do like this well-known process, but no one does it the same way. It's like, why are we all trying to pretend like we're doing something? It's almost like the guideline was written pretty poorly. My ideal version of work management in Git platform, because ours at work makes me want to rip off. Excuse me. All right, let me go back up here. Let's see. Project Planner AI is looking beautiful. Thank you, thank you. I'm not the designer, so Osana does most of the design work on that. How is the book app going? I was also thinking of developing one for my brother as he's developing into the depths of the literature. I don't know exactly what features. No, I need to host it somewhere and let Tina try it out. I'm trying. I'm always working on too many different things. I'm spread too thin. One of the things I'm trying to work on is a starter kit, like a Next.js starter kit that has built-in, like a blog posts, built-in, a lot of the things that you saw in Project Planner AI, but like, I just want to, like, I saw some guy on Twitter who's making like a bunch of money off of like a Next.js starter kit. And so I want to make one myself, but then I also want to make a bunch of tutorials and guides that walk you through how to set up your Google providers, your GitHub providers, how to sign up for Cloudflare, how to set up your DDoS protection, how to deploy to Railway for your VPS, how to set up Cloudflare tunnels, how to develop on the code base, add features, run locally. And so it's like, I think people don't like the idea of code starter kits, but it's more than just a starter kit. It's also going to be a bunch of me walking you through step by step how to get everything set up, deployed, and how to maintain it in the long run. So that's what I'm trying to work on. And then I'm going to go back to the book thing. I don't know if I will ever finish this, but any accessibility checks in the city pipeline? No, we don't have any accessibility checks. Do you reckon building that type of SaaS can generate consistent income, as there are plenty of project planners out there? Yeah, I mean, I think you could always get into, break into some type of niche, right? I mean, like, there's tons of AI wrappers out there, and somehow Icon Generator AI makes like $1,000 in revenue. Honestly, I don't know how, because there's so many free AI tools out there. But I think as long as you make it well, you market it, and you convince people they need to use it, they may choose your project over something else. But I'm not a marketing expert, and I'm not really good at building SaaS products. So how to test the whole code? Honestly, we don't have any tests in this code base. How did you write the privacy policy in terms of service? I kind of just looked at how other websites do it. I kind of just listed out the main bullet points that they talked about, understood what they're talking about, and use their example. Like, I didn't copy exactly their website's privacy policy, but I did use other websites as a reference. I mean, you probably should just like ask a lawyer to do it, or use like an online privacy policy generator. But also just read through the text. Like, I know it seems kind of overwhelming, but read through the text and understand like what does every paragraph actually state, and why should you add it to your project. Yeah, X-Men. I don't know if we're gonna add more columns. My personal preference is keeping it 3 columns is simple. I'm trying to strive for simplicity. Like adding a bunch of different columns and different labels and tags, it just adds more complexity from my perspective. But I mean, I guess if enough people ask for it, then I guess it could be something we add in. Yeah, I'm not really sure how many developer hours. I think we've been working on it since like the end of December. And I work on it just part-time while also jumping around for making YouTube videos and other side projects. So it's hard to track how many hours have gone into this. What happens when you press enter? Would you actually though? I feel like even if I open source this project, people wouldn't even know how to like add on to it. Use bubbling in the search, that makes sense. Bubble or debounce. What is your opinion on effect? Seems like another link to me. I don't know what effect is. I never heard of that. Can you go up and read my comment? I really need your opinion. Where's your comment? Do you have any idea how to configure a login with Next.auth in a multi-tenant app? Because I started a side project but don't know how to set it up. Yeah, I've never set that up. Multi-tenant app. Yeah, I just use Next.auth for like basic login. Sorry. Are you planning to do ads for Project Planner? That might be something fun to investigate, either ads or reach out to other YouTubers or people on X and ask them if they want to do like a sponsored post. But it's hard to like justify spending money on ads when you don't make much money from your project. Of 20. No, the code is not open source. Have you tried Angular in your career? Yes, I started web development with Angular.js, and then I went to Angular 2.0. I think I got up to version 4 or 6 or something, and then I switched to React. Yeah, I'm not going to open source this code. Don't worry. Don't worry, Tina. How did you market your icon generator SaaS? I didn't. So the thing with the icon generator is I didn't market this at all. Like I did. It's in my description on YouTube. Like every video has a link to this. This is something I have to look into as well. It's like the first time you try to load this app, it's like it doesn't work. But I think it's Cloudflare is like not properly redirecting or something. Can someone else try going to the site icongeneratorAI.com? Like, does it just sit there and spin forever? But yeah, how did I market this one? I think it's mainly Google search. I just have a bunch of keywords in here, like generating assets, icons, stuff like that. Like all this stuff is AI generated, and I tried to like get as many keywords as I could. And that's all I really did. And I get a decent amount of traffic to this every day. Like I have 97,000 users who have created an account with this already. Never run any ads. I think if I did run ads and did market this more, I mean, I think it could probably be, I don't know, more lucrative, I guess. Yeah, probably just need to clear my cookies. Tina just doesn't want people to see the real code I write. That's what she's trying to defend me of. Defend my honor. Had to click Cloudflare capture to enter. Yeah, I think I have like attack mode on. I could probably turn that off now, honestly. For me, it's running the first try. Have you tried solving the issue without caching to our website? I haven't used Amplify since that video. Yeah, it doesn't matter what other people think of your project. If you think it would be useful, build it. I mean, that's the main thing is I'm building this for myself, honestly. Like, I'm building this so I can track all my side projects because I'm just like, I'm not a very organized person and I have a bunch of different projects that I'm working on at the same time. And so I'm kind of building this for myself of like, what would I add in so that I can manage my own, for example, my web dev Cody launch kit I'm working on, my typing app that I'm working on. I didn't even add this here. I need to add that in. Like my own personal webdevcody.com website. And then I have like all these different tasks that I have to like keep track of. Like for webdevcody.com, which let me go here. I was kind of working on the styling of this. I was going to add my courses here, the ability to contact. This is like a work in progress. But every day when I get like 30 minutes or so to like add in some features, I just come in here and like add a column for that. And then I'll switch back to, I don't know, icon generator. What needs to be done in this? I think a lot of these are like placeholder things. Yeah, like I said, I'm building it for basically myself. And if I think it's useful, then I think other people may find it useful as well. Yeah, I'm trying to make a starter kit. If I ever finish it, be on the lookout. What's my exercise routine? Yeah, I stopped exercising as much. I need to get back on track. But usually it's like I run for a mile or two on the treadmill and then I do my pull-ups and that's it. Like I don't really do too much other than that. Sometimes I'll do some bench press. Please make one more back-end focused. Some of the DDoS video. Yeah, I've been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes. I'm getting tired, so I'm actually gonna drop. But I'll try to stream next weekend as well. Oh, a starter kit? Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a Next.js starter kit, so it's going to have some type of backend CRUD functionality baked in. It's going to have email sending baked in. I might add some notifications as well. Bro just yaps and never codes. Got that right. And by the way, your email subscription isn't working on your portfolio. Okay, I have to look into that too. What's going on with it? Testing at example.com. Yeah, I broke that. I'll have to fix that. Go over here. I'll say Cody subscription button doesn't work now, you noob. There you go. And there we have it. That's been added directly as a feedback item. Oh, is that broken too? So many broken things. Server error, call by client. Huh. First time I've seen that one. Anyway, I'll have to fix that. All right, y'all. Well, thanks for joining. I'm gonna drop. I'm tired. Yeah. Have fun coding on whatever projects you guys are working on, and stay tuned for next week. I'll probably stream on Sunday as well. Later, all.